let's just go ahead and march it out just a little bit. Our focus right now is going to be on working on balance. As we get older, as we lose muscle strength, we tend to lose our balance because we lose core strength, we lose muscle strength, our bones are not as supported. There could be other things going on. So what we're going to do is strengthen certain parts of the body, particularly the lower body, and again, working on the core. We're going to do some specific balance exercises to strengthen some of the important muscles that are involved in balance when we're up and about moving. So hope you enjoy it. Just getting the blood flowing a little bit. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, coming down. We're just going to do some further movements. They're going to warm us up, but they're also going to start challenging our balance. So if you have balance issues, you can always use a chair for a little bit of support, or just set one chair beside you in case you need it. In case you get tired, you can use that chair to sit down and rest, and then rejoin us when you're ready. Okay, first exercise we're going to do is you can have your hand again on the chair, on your hips. You can hold them out for further balance, your choice. We're going to do a heel tap and bring it in, and heel tap and bring it in. So we're shifting our weight from one side to the other, from one leg to the other. Doing good. Keep going. So a slight bend on your supporting leg. The other leg is just extending in front and tapping that heel. Good. Let's do a few more. And as we go through these exercises, I want you to take notice and say, okay, what did I do well? What maybe do I need to work on a little bit more? So those are exercises you can do throughout the day to get a little stronger. 2 more. And last one. Good. The next exercise we're going to do is simply a side step. Step to the side, bring it together. Step to the other side, bring it together. And step together, step together. So this is maybe very easy. You're thinking, why am I doing this? Well, again, you're warming up, but you're also using your abductors and now your adductors. So your outer thigh and your inner thigh of the other leg. Good. I have just a slight bend, and then I stand up tall. Good. Out and in. Notice my feet are pointing forward. We're not turning them out. Just forward, facing feet. A few more. Out and in, and out and in. How about one more? Good. So if that was easy, let's challenge. Go up just a little bit more. We're going to do a grapevine. So we're just going to step side, behind, side, together. Side, behind, side, together. Notice I'm just tapping my toe right here. Step, behind, step, and tap. 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 Great. Now, bring a leg in front. Step in front, step, and tap. Step in front, step, and tap. Great. Just a subtle change. Nice to do it just a little differently. Step in front, step, and tap. Step in front, step. 2 more times. Step in front, step, and tap. Step in front, step. Last time. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. I know you're focusing on what you're doing. And together. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to do our first balance move. Feet slightly apart, hip width apart. If you do have balance issues, you can go ahead and put your feet just a little wider, maybe shoulder width apart. Toes are facing forward. Again, a wider foundation gives you more stability. So I'm just gonna have my feet hip width apart. I'm gonna put my hands down. Relax those shoulders, lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Crown is reaching up toward the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed and down. We'll find just a comfortable, balanced position. Our weight is evenly distributed. We're not leaning back on our heels. We're not putting weight on the toes. Trying to find just a balanced position where your weight is evenly distributed on your feet. Stay facing the TV. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see my posture. My ears are over my shoulders are over my hips, and my hips are over my ankles, okay? So I'm not shooting the head forward. I'm not leaning forward. My hips are not out of alignment, okay? So just stand nice and tall and just find your comfort. Focus on the body as you do this. Do you find any challenges with this? If you're finding this pretty easy, what I want you to do is I want you to do some tracking with your eyes. So we're not moving the body at all, but we're going to move the eyes. We're looking straight ahead, and we're going to look down with the eyes, look at the floor, and then we're going to look up to the ceiling. We're going to look down and exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Slowly moving the eyes. That's why I have you doing it with your breath. So your eyes are going up and down, but they're going up and down slowly. Exhale. And inhale. And focus back in front. Did you find that challenging? You might have. It's always easier to hold your balance and find your balance looking at something that's not moving and focusing your eyes on a non-moving object. That helps you regain your balance. Okay, so tracking with the eyes makes it a little bit more challenging. Okay, so if you found that not too difficult, let's try the next one. We're going to do the tightrope. You might hold on to your chair to get started. So basically, it is one foot in front of the other, toe to heel. Again, distribute your weight evenly on both feet, and then just balance like you're standing on a tightrope. This is pretty challenging. Again, breathe, don't hold your breath. Stay facing forward. I'm going to show you my side angle. So my back foot, front toe is to the back of the heel of my front foot. Again, my ears are over my shoulders are over my hips are over the point where my heel is touching the front foot, or the toe of the back foot is touching the heel of the front foot. How about that? Awesome. And just focus, just balance. If that's easy, try the tracking with your eyes, looking down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And again, if that's still pretty easy, go ahead and close your eyes. There we go. That's much more challenging. Feel your legs tightening. You're making little adjustments with your feet, your ankles. Your core is tight. That helps you with your balance. I had to open my eyes because that was challenging. And let's shake it out. And let's repeat on the other side. So, put the other foot in front. And the back foot, the toe is coming to the heel of the front foot. And find your balance. Distribute your weight equally between the front foot and the back foot. You're not leaning forward, you're not leaning backwards. And if you can, release the chair. Relax those shoulders. Stretch the crown of the head up toward the ceiling without raising your shoulders. Elongate that neck. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over the feet. Excellent. Great. Tracking with your eyes. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we go down. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we go down. How about one more time? And close the eyes if you want. That is so much more challenging. Excellent, good. Woo, that is hard. Okay, just shake that out. Okay, so now we're going to do some exercises to strengthen the muscles that give us a little better balance. I'm going to scooch forward just a little bit so that you can see me a little better. So we're just going to do a side leg lift. Hand on the chair lightly for balance. My other arm can be out here or hand on the hip. Pull that belly in to engage your core. The stabilizing muscles are going to activate when we step one leg out. This is your stabilizing side. This is your action leg. All righty, we're ready to go. Tuck the hips under just slightly. Elongate the neck. Engage the core. And we're just going to lift the leg up and down. Up and down. My knee is facing forward. It's not facing to the ceiling. We are working the outer thigh muscles. We're working the glutes. You can feel it right back here. It's part of your glute. That's very important for stabilizing, for balance. So we're strengthening it. Let's do it. Counting down 5 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex that foot, bring it all the way in. Keep that foot flexed, and let's do another set of 10 with the flexed foot. Out to the side, slight pause. Stand tall as you scoot it in. Out and in. And out and in. 3. Standing tall. You're not going to scoot that leg in if you're not standing tall. Good. 5 more. 4 more. Stand tall. That's 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. You also are working that side, the stabilizing side. So we're going to work the other side now, and you're going to feel it's already tired because you were working it. Stand out to the side, standing tall, knee facing forward, just lifting up and down. Now try not to lean to the side as you do this. Stand tall, just the leg is moving. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7. The noise you hear in the background, my kitten has joined us, and she's just wreaking havoc in the workshop. But we're going to ignore her. Couple more. And flex that foot, stand tall, bring it in. Take it out. Bring it in. Take it out. Bring it in. Woo, I can really feel it on the stabilizing side because we already worked that leg and now it's still working. Keep breathing. 5 more. 5, 4, we're doing it slow. 3, 2, and that makes it harder. And 1. Woo, shake it out. All right, excellent, good job. Okay, so the next exercise I want to do is just a simple lunge. So we're going to step back just a little bit behind the chair. I like to put my hand on my hip, so whatever's comfortable for you, you can put your hand out here for balance. We're just going to step forward, like we're taking a big step. Do just a little knee bend and then push ourselves back. Same side. Step forward, little bend, and push back. If you don't need the chair, you can have your hands on your hips. So as we get older, as we're more aware of falling and we think, oh, my bones aren't as strong as they used to be, that's true. Working out, weight training, these exercises are going to help keep the bones stronger, but still, we're aware, we don't want to fall, we don't want to break bones. So we start to take smaller steps. And you'll see elderly people kind of shuffling along. Well, part of that is loss of range of motion. Part of that is loss of muscle strength and just confidence. So we're taking a nice big step, but we're not going very far, and then we're pushing it back. So it's a mini lunge. but it is challenging your balance, and we are strengthening. One more. Great, so we don't have to change sides with the chair, but we're going to change side with our leg. Step forward, little bend, and push it back. There goes the kitten. There we go. 3 and 4. So you're getting a little bit of a workout. Trying to breathe a little harder. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Keep breathing. 9 and 10. Great. Okay, let's face the chair. Feet slightly apart. Hip width apart. Okay, standing nice and tall, looking straight ahead. I want you to lift up the heels, rise up high as you can onto the ball of the feet, and then lower slowly. So we're just doing heel raises. Working range of motion in the ankles, strengthening the ankles. Engaging those calf muscles, strengthening those calf muscles. We're just using body weight. That's our resistance. So when you're starting out, that's enough. As you get stronger, you could do this with some weights in your hands. There we go. Let's just do a few more. Keep breathing. So we would exhale as we raise the heels. Inhale as we lower. Exhale on the lift, on the contraction of the muscles. Lower, and we inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Since we're facing the chair, stand on your left leg. Extend your right leg back just a little bit. Flex that foot, knee to knee, 90-degree angle bend at the knee, 90-degree angle in the ankle. And we're just going to tap the heel, keep the knees together, flex, bring the heel toward the buttocks, and then down. You're not going to touch, but you're going to feel a contraction right here in your hamstrings. 3. And we're standing tall. We're not leaning forward. We're not bent at the hips. There we go. 5 more. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Change legs. Other leg. Stand on the right foot. Back. Left is back. Bend 90 degrees, knee to knee. Flex that foot and take it down. Tap that heel and bring it up and down. And up. And you're feeling it in your hamstring, the back of your upper thigh. There you go, back of your thigh. There you go. Keep breathing. Let's do 5 more. Counting up to 10. We're just doing sets of 10 reps. Little pause there. Feel that contraction. Slowly lower. Great. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Fantastic. Good, shake that out. All righty, good. So the next exercise we're going to do is a little squat. I'm going to face the chair again. Again, that's good for balance. Feet are shoulder, maybe hip width, shoulder width apart. And we're just going to have our hips go back. See how like I'm about to sit in a chair? Hips go back. You can hold on the entire time. But see, a little difference is my back is straight, okay? We're not doing a full squat. We're just doing a mini squat. We're working the strength of our legs. If you do not need to hold on to the chair, don't hold on to the chair. There we go. Just a mini squat. Our hips really aren't reaching back. Just feeling a little in the quads, and we push back up. That's it. Keep breathing. 4 more. Excellent, and come back up. Good. So we are getting a good leg workout, and all this is strengthening our muscles that we use for balance. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sit in our chair, grab a band, and we're going to do a few more exercises. So first one, feet slightly apart, standing tall. This is for more of your low back. We're going to keep our back nice and straight. And we're just gonna put we can put our hands on our legs to start with. You're gonna lean forward. Your head is not up, it's just a nice alignment with the spine, and then you're gonna sit back up. If you need to, you can push with your hands to sit back up. If you don't need to, don't push. Just have your hands just right on your legs, no big deal. Leaning forward and pushing back. Good. Hinging at the hips. Keep going. I'll show you what it looks like to the side. Just leaning forward. See how I have a nice straight line from the crown of my head down to down my spine. If you want to make it a little harder, just put your hands behind your head. There we go. Again, breathing. Let's do one more. Good. Let's come back to not quite as far as we went when we were doing our last exercise, the forward fold, but maybe halfway. Okay, so I'm leaning forward just a little bit, and I'm just going to lift my arms out to the side, squeeze my shoulder blades, and down, and lift up, squeeze the shoulder blades, and down. Keep going. You can do this with some hand weights, and this is a back fly, okay? You can go a little bit further if you want, as long as that's not straining your back. We're breathing. Exhale as we lift, inhale as we lower. And we're lowering slowly. Another way you can do this is with your band. You can put your feet on the band. Give yourself plenty of bandwidth bands. Bring your feet underneath a little bit. And we're just going to lift up and down. And up and down. That's pretty hard. That's pretty challenging. Lifting it out and down. So those are some options you can do. Finish up. Let's do a couple more. Again, lifting up and down and up and down. Good. Strong belly and sit back up. All right. Since we have our band close by, let's do a few things for our legs. So we're going to work the outer thighs again. What we're going to do, we're just going to take this band and we're going to wrap it around the legs above the knee on the thighs. And they're going to crisscross underneath. They come up and bring them across on the top. Now, you're going to have to adjust the tense, the resistance, so I can let it a little looser, okay, and have my feet, knees a little wider, or I can make it a little tighter and bring my feet in just a little bit more, okay? So just adjust it as you need to. Because what we're going to do is we're going to hold the bands once we get it set, and we're just going to press it out, okay? So again, adjust the resistance of your bands so that you keep your feet together, flat on the floor. Don't let your feet leave the floor, sitting tall, and we are just opening the knees, and you're going to feel this on your outer thighs, into the hips, into the glutes, sitting tall, and release. Okay? Now, if you remember, back in the day, going to age ourselves, but I think you guys all are going to remember the Suzanne Sommer Thigh Master. So this is the opposite motion. So she was squeezing it in, and that was working those inner thighs. Well, we're pressing out against the stretch band. There we go. When we did in part one, where we squeezed the ball, that was the Suzanne Sommer's Thigh Master. So this is the opposite motion. So in part one, we worked the inner thighs. In part two, we're working the outer thighs. Excellent. And the stronger those abductor muscles are, abduct taking away, the stronger those abductor muscles are, the stronger your walk is. You're going to walk straight without wobbling side to side, okay? Press it out, bring it in. Press it out, bring it in. Woo, start to feel that. So we're going to just do an isometric hold. We're not going to hold our breath, but our feet are flat on the ground, our knees are open, we're pressing against the stretch band. We're going to really feel the fatigue in these muscles right here, these glutes particularly. Sit tall Breathe in and out. And in and out. One more time. In and out. Woo! Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of strengthening for our ankles. You're just going to put the band around the top half of the ball of the foot, and we're going to pull, get some tension on it. Heel is touching out in front. We're just going to push our foot down and bring it up. Push it down and bring it up. Keep going. I'm going to change the computer so you can see just a little better angle on the foot. Press and bring it up. Now, some patients I've worked with have peripheral neuropathy, which is can be brought on with diabetes or cancer, some of the chemo medications. And when you have neuropathy in the feet, this seemed to help. It certainly increases blood flow to the lower body. Anytime you're exercising, you're getting increasing blood flow to whatever muscle group you're working. So that's a good thing. We think maybe the oxygen, the increased blood flow, that tends to help a little bit. But if anything, when you have that peripheral neuropathy, which is nerve pain in your periphery or in your, the limbs, the hands, the feet, you lose sensation, and that sensation can affect your balance, particularly, obviously, in the feet. So if we can strengthen and increase range of motion, do things to kind of counteract that loss of sensation, it's a good thing. A few more. Now you can also do this with extending that leg out in front and just point and flex. And sit tall. See me sagging there? Sit tall, engage the core. Breathe. Good. I like this because you're getting a little calf stretch as well. As you pull back, that's a calf stretch. And then as you point, that's the resistance, strengthening the ankles. Great. Let's do the other side. Got to do both. Bring it up, get some tension, heel extended, press down. Now, where do you put your heel? Well, if you put it too close, that's pretty easy, right? If you put it too far, you can't touch the floor. So find that happy medium where you can get your foot flat, but you're also getting some good resistance. Sitting tall, breathing. Two more. And let's extend that leg, sitting tall, and pull back, bend those elbows, and now press. There we go, sitting tall. Keep breathing. Coming up next, we're just going to do some cool down stretches. We're getting a good stretch for the calf muscle right now. One more. And pull back that foot, stretch the calf, and bring it in. Awesome. Okay, so we did a lot of work for the hips. So we're going to stretch out the hips. We're just going to cross our leg. We're going to sit nice and tall. You might feel a stretch in the hip of the bent leg right here, and you don't need to do anything else. Try to relax into the stretch. Breathe. In yoga, we call this a pigeon, okay? Some people call it the four. When you cross your leg and you make the letter 4. If I was sitting on the ground and this leg was extended, it would look like the letter 4. But we're doing a chair version. So if you want to feel more stretch, pull this foot toward the body. Sit up taller. Lean forward, hinging at the hips with a straight spine. Leaning forward, breathing. It's one of my favorite stretches. It just feels so good. You don't want to overstretch it. You can injure yourself by going too far into the stretch. So wherever you feel a mild stretch, you just want to hold it there. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Every time you exhale, release, relax, and try to go a little further. I call it melt into your stretch. Inhale, exhale, and melt further. And this is static stretching. We do this at the end of our workout.
when our body is nice and warm, the blood is flowing through the muscles are warm, less likely to injure yourself, much better way to increase your flexibility. So do your static stretching at the end of your workout. Feels so good. You want to hold that for at least 20 to 30 seconds. Changing legs, sit up tall. Woo, feel that right there in the hip. Let that relax a little bit. You can kind of put this elbow on the knee, just that increases the intensity just a little bit. But start with a nice, good posture, sitting tall in the chair. You can pull that toe towards you. The other hand is just resting gently on the knee. Again, that increases that the challenge of the stretch. You can lean into the stretch and keep breathing. Okay, I'm going to show you a seated quad stretch for the front of the thigh and also our hip flexor. We're just going to turn to the side. We're going to extend this leg back and just square. You're seeing me from the side profile, but you're square, you're perpendicular to the seat of your chair. And just get this foot back as far as you can. You feel the stretch in the hip flexors right here, opening up. This is a great, great stretch for your hips. And then you're feeling a little bit in the quads. It is not an intense quad stretch at all, but it's a very mild, gentle quad stretch. And that's what we want as beginners. Breathing. And gently, slowly come out. Good. Make sure you're holding on to the back of the chair. I don't want you falling out on me. There we go. Great stretch, right in through the front of the thigh, up into the hip. When we sit all day, we drive, we're watching TV, we're always in our legs are in front of us, so we're in the opposite position of this. So this is a great stretch to undo some of our bad habits. Or some of the necessities of life, because if we have to sit and work, this is a great way to undo it. And this is something you can do at the office. Very easy to do in your chair. Great. Okay, so this next one, we're just going to stretch the underside of the leg, the hamstring. We're going to straighten. I can scooch forward just a little bit. Again, don't fall off the chair. Flex that foot, sit tall. Walk your hands down until you feel a stretch in the back of the leg, behind the knee, up into the hamstring. Breathe. Exhale. Reach down a little further. Breathe. Exhale. If you can grab that toe, great, grab the toe. If you can't, no problem. Now, what I also like about this, you're going to feel this into your low back, stretching the low back, the spine a little bit. Everything's connected. So if you have tight hamstrings, those tight hamstrings are pulling on the spine. When you stretch your hamstrings, you're relaxing the spine. There's less tension in the spine, and that can help with back pain. So stretching is probably the most underappreciated aspect of fitness and one of the most important. So you'll always have me focusing on stretching, and I have some great videos on my Workout with Kathy page. Just stretching. Breathe in. Exhale. Walk it back up. Change legs. Sit tall. Walk it down till you feel the stretch behind the knee. And breathe. There we go. There's Sheba again. Hi, Sheba. There we go. Yeah, we're almost done. I see you. I know. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you grab that foot? Pull that toe back. Oh, that feels so good. And let's bend that knee. Push ourselves back up. Slide back in your chair. Let's reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Push it down. Roll those shoulders. Give yourself a big hug, pat yourself on the back because you did great this morning. Stretch out the chest, cross the other arm on top, give yourself another pat on the back, and you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining.